It's now 6 years and 7 months since the Tonkin incident and the Tonkin resolution. The incident produced the resolution, and the resolution was quite simple. It gave the president the right to protect American troops in Vietnam with whatever means he felt necessary, the power to prevent further aggression by North Vietnam, and to prevent South Vietnam from falling to the communists. Few people at the time thought it would take more than 6 years and almost 45,000 dead Americans and more to achieve those ends. Boys who were 12 years old that August died last week in Vietnam. Let's go back to August 4th and the U.S. destroyers Maddox and Turner Joy and try to find out what happened that night in the Gulf of Tonkin.
In July of 1964, units of the 7th Fleet were patrolling the South China Sea off the coast of Vietnam. The United States was not at war with North Vietnam, but it was helping South Vietnam with massive economic and military aid. Then, this is what happened, according to the Pentagon's official reenactment narrated by Chet Huntley.
On August 2nd, the United States Navy destroyer Maddox, on patrol in international waters of the Gulf of Tonkin, begins to track 3 unknown craft approaching from the northwest. They are identified as North Vietnamese PT boats, armed with torpedoes and 37mm guns. When warnings from the Maddox fail to stop the oncoming PT boats, she opens fire. The Maddox, joined by the destroyer Sea Turner Joy, resumes its routine patrol. But the next night, the men on watch in the 2 destroyers once again detect unidentified contacts on radar. The attack by the North Vietnamese boats is renewed. After a 3-hour running battle, in which 2 of the PT boats are sunk, the attackers break contact.
There was no argument about the first fight. Sunday afternoon, August 2nd. It happened. The Maddox against 3 North Vietnamese PT boats. Something like this painting that hangs in the Maddox wardroom. The North Vietnamese said the Maddox invaded their waters, and they chased her out. The United States said the Maddox was in neutral waters, that although the Maddox fired first, it was in self-defense when the North Vietnamese PT boats were about to attack. We're fairly sure all 3 PT boats were hit, and none of the torpedoes hit the Maddox. But the Maddox very likely was hit. There was a bullet hole up there in the aft gun director. It was repaired later and painted over. No sign of it today. But 2 nights later, the night of the controversial battle, the Maddox did not take any damage or suffer any losses.